Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 236th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me, as always, is my friend, co-host, summer buddy, virtual buddy, marathon buddy. All kinds of buddies. I like saying marathon buddy because that implies that I also ran the marathon.
Exactly. The marathon bros.
Stolen valor.
Yeah, you wearing your marathon finisher shirt.
We are back with the pod. We have an up-to-date pod for you. This is so crazy because I got you down here and I got the camera up here. I don't know where to look. This is very disorienting.
I don't know where to look.
Just turn my back to the camera. But we're back for an up-to-date pod for the end of the month. We are currently in different locations, so we're hitting another virtual pod like we used to back in the day. Back in the college days.
God, back in the college days? God, it is a bit of a throwback. This
kind of a throwback, but you got to.
God, I also need to figure out where to look.
This is really this is terrible.
This is kind of super trippy.
I have like 8 different versions of myself on like different monitors. It's really, really awful.
Master surveiller.
Yeah, but it's just me though. Kind of an alpha.
It's just me though.
Yeah. But yeah, so. It's been a while since the last up-to-date pod. We've had a bunch of pre-recordos up, and a lot has happened in the meantime. We got, some news to talk about. We got hella movies to review. Got some announcements and such. I got a great a personal Tom Cnews, like reporting from the front
Here
lines.
He is. He comes into the studio.
And yeah, it's been a lot. Before we jump into it, though, there are time codes down below.
A lot to talk about.
We also, stuff has been happening in our personal lives.
Exactly.
A couple little achievements here and there. Not to, flex on the pod. That would be sinful. But I had my first film credit be released into the wild.
God. I don't know. It was like dropping like the new trailer for the Avengers movie. I got so hyped. I was like, yes!
And you have completed a marathon run.
God, look at us! I did. Dude, what do we want to talk about first here?
Mine,
movie
obviously.
Credit thing.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the main one.
First, I think you mean exclusively talk about. Yeah. Congrats on
the marathon has been
little
talked
bro.
About.
Yeah, we get it, bro.
We get it. You kind of fit, I guess.
But no, yeah. I mean, nothing too crazy. But I've talked about on the pod before that I did a little film set work in the past. I've alluded to vague Krasinski allusions. You've
been dropping some hints there.
But yeah, and I don't know how much I should or can talk about specifically. I'm sure it's not that deep, but I'm wary of saying something out of line.
The movie gets unreleased.
Yeah, I get hunted down by Krasinski. I am Jack Ryan's new target.
You reveal that you were part of this movie? We cannot let that out into the wild. Hiring BHL Hudson.
Yeah, getting BHL 2 on the set. Kind of a huge HR violation, possibly. But yeah, I got to work a bit in New York on this movie. And it was a really cool experience. I was a PA. I was a production assistant. Learned a lot about the filmmaking world and got to meet a lot of cool people. Just a very exciting experience. And to see my name in the credits, that was cool. So
you've made it when you're in the film credits.
The peak of my career. But yeah, I just want to say to everyone who wrote nice things, sent a nice message about it. Just appreciate it. Very cool. We on to the next. We're gonna, this is just the beginning. Because I posted
Aura edit on to the next one.
Because I posted the thing and then I posted another one where I realized I can sometimes be quite earnest in my posting. So I was like, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. Just getting started. On to the next one. Let's go, or whatever. And a friend of mine just responded, shut your bitch ass up. Like, there is no moving forward. Like, this is it for you, little bro. It's pretty good.
This was your 15 minutes?
Yeah. But anyway, thank you everyone for the congrats and cool stuff. And then in the meantime, you have been out there running a madness. I
don't know if I've talked about it in the last few pods, but have been doing some marathon training, which then paid off last weekend, where I went to Stockholm to run the Stockholm Marathon. Ran it with a few friends, but it was more like we had different, finishing times and predicted times and stuff like that, and different kind of like way we wanted to run it.
Subtle flex. Yeah, I ran it with some people. They were, eating my dust in the meantime, but
They ate my farts. I don't know. No, one guy did finish before me, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But and essentially went there, ran the Stockholm Marathon. By far the hardest physical thing I've ever had to do. But a very, very cool experience, which, tying this into the pod, did have a pretty cool little pod moment because, I ran it in just over 4 hours. And so I'm a person who likes to listen to podcasts, music, and stuff like that. When running, I need some distractions. And so I listened to this Explorers podcast for a bit, learning about Francis Drake and such. And then at the end, or not the end, but then halfway through, I was like, okay, now it gets tough. Now I need myself a boost. And what does
bring out the big guns?
Exactly. Best moments of 2025. Just put that on, just running. At some points it actually made me a little bit distracted because I was laughing out loud at points, but just running through Stockholm, which is a very beautiful city, and just hearing the pod in my ear, I was like, man, this is good. This is nice.
Kind of sounds like peak life. Kind of sounds like
kind of life maxing. I don't know.
Great time. No, well, what was your finishing time, by the way, if you want to share?
I will share. The official half marathon time was 4 hours and 10 minutes. And then because the course, there's road width and different turns and everything like that. I think I ended up running it at 4:15. So I ended up running 43K actually. But official marathon time, 4 hours, 10 minutes. Bam.
Very nice. I have to say I don't know much about marathons, but that sounds very impressive. And
but that sounds like a new world record.
Although I did see recently that guy set the world record and it was sub 2 hours, so 4 hours.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about those guys.
No, I'm sure that is
my girlfriend was watching at one of the half marathon point, and in under 2 hours or under 1 hour at the half marathon point, some of the elite runners were just sprinting by at full sprint pace. Kind of humbles you a little bit.
Slightly.
Still back at the starting block.
You haven't left Denmark yet? But
exactly.
No, I'm sure that is a very impressive time. And regardless, completing a marathon, very impressive. So we give a big pod congrats.
And congrats right back to you being in the credits. Look, we cheesing on the pod.
Also, I will say, by the way, because I feel like the idea of listening to your own podcast could be strange to some people, but I think it's it would be weird if I listened to BHL2 videos or something, but I think the podcast, actually it'll be very normal.
Even though I do.
Even though that is how I go on the treadmill. But I think the podcast is also, it's our friendship distilled. I think you sent me something that was
exactly.
I wish I could listen to an hour compilation of, me and my best friend's funniest moments, and you're like, man, we got that. We got that on the pod.
We got that. We got hours and hours worth. And exactly, it's not where you're sitting I need to hear myself talk to motivate me.
Your own
it's
ASMR.
Not that kind of vibe yet.
You're a big boy.
Run, Forrest, run.
Run for me, Freddy.
Yeah, it's like listening to just hanging out essentially. Whilst podding, but also whilst running, which was fantastic.
Podding while marathoning. That's pod 300.
That's actually this pod.
Yeah. Well, good stuff all around. Should we dive into some news from the past month?
Oh, I would love. Let's do it. Love me some news.
I've chosen mostly kind of pod related news because maybe there was some bigger stuff, but I feel more stuff we'd have something to talk about and some various dramas in the entertainment industry. We're talking a little bit of Tom Hardy getting fired, maybe not? Question mark.
Oh, I've not heard anything about this.
You haven't heard anything about this? Well, man, I got hella lore for you, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh my god. Okay.
But first of all, we have a trifecta of Dwayne Johnson news, which I know you're hyped for.
Never mind. Maybe we skip the news segment.
Yeah. Let's talk about
genuinely, I don't think I've heard of worse news than a trifecta of Dwayne news.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. Dwayne will appear and
he appears and is just, I don't know what Beetlejuice even does. It just appears, I guess.
Yells Chi-Hu.
But as naked.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Chi-Hu, I did watch Moana 2 the other day, and there's a whole song in it called "Can I Get a Chi-Hu" from Dwayne, which I was not ready for him to burst into that song. It's also an ass song.
Can I get a Chi-Hu? What? Again, we've talked about this What did you say? He's also an asshole?
No, the song is an ass song, not like a literal song about ass. Although maybe, but
Although maybe Chi-Hoo's meant that the whole time.
Dwayne
just low-key horny. We've talked about it before, but man, so the spamming of Chi-Hoo is prevalent in the movie.
It is. Also, it's Chi-Hoo, not Ti-Hoo. I feel like you're.
It's Chi-Hoo.
It's Chi-Hoo. There's a whole song about it, man. You gotta lock in. Bro. You gotta sing. Can I get a Chi-Hoo? Anyway,
it's how you become a citizen of Dwayne County.
Can I get
you
a
sing
Chi-Hoo?
the Chi-Hoo song?
Anyway, the 3 pieces of Dwayne news. These are all like really important. First of all, Declan sent in video footage of Dwayne Johnson being pulled over by the police. Did you see this?
Oh.
Anyway, it's not actually that deep. He had like tinted windows or something. But it was kind of funny to see.
Not actually that deep. He was just super drunk and.
It's not actually that deep. He committed like vehicular homicide and then they pulled him. It was whatever. No, he had like
he'll get out in like 10 days. I don't know.
He had like tinted windows or some shit. I don't know. But it was just kind of funny to see the enormity of Dwayne Johnson stepping out of like the sports car he had or whatever. Just this like hulking mass. But then. Dwayne was also, man, Dwayne's been about, bro. He was at the Met Gala in a skirt. Did you see this?
Dwayne in a skirt? I did not see this.
Dwayne in a skirt. And it was like a fashion thing, but he was also like, in my culture, like the most masculine men, they're wearing skirts because it's like a culture thing. I have to say, he looked pretty dripped out. I'm not going to lie. He looked kind of fire.
I think I had to say, bro did not have that shit on.
I have to say, big mistake from Dwayne.
Just a hot take here. Maybe stick to pants. I don't know.
Didn't flatter your figure, Dwayne. I'll just be honest. No, he looked pretty solid, I have to say. But the last little piece of Dwayne stuff that we missed. Did you see Dwayne Johnson attending the Kevin Hart roast?
I didn't watch the full Kevin Hart roast segment, but I watched some clips of Dwayne, and he looks to be, dare I say, very inebriated. It's his post-police checkup.
Yeah, I did not think I'll be honest, I don't think he did super well. I did not watch the roast either. I saw clips here and there.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was, it sounded like someone else had written these jokes and he was reading them kind of poorly. Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I got.
Bro did not land with many of his hits, and it felt a lot of the time like, I know Dwayne, he's got different senses or levels of humor in terms of how offensive he gets with it, but this felt like it just wasn't him. It didn't feel like his kind of humor. I was sitting there like, Dwayne, do you know any of the stuff you're saying right now?
Yeah, are you conscious, Dwayne? I mean, because there were a lot of jokes about him, like, I don't know, breastfeeding Kevin Hart, him baby birding Kevin Hart's food, a lot of stuff. Some stuff I think about him banging Kevin Hart's wife, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know, it was just, the delivery was just very off. I don't know.
Yeah. So just very Skinwalker energy from Dwayne.
I feel like we have a Dwayne W with the Met Gala look, and then two Dwayne L's with being pulled over by the cops and also the roast.
So the status quo is as it normally is. Dwayne kind of stinky.
Dwayne does one step forward, 2 steps back kind of vibe. Yeah, that's the general vibe.
Dwayne is slowly killing his career.
But we'll talk about I guess at the end of next month we'll have Moana to talk about. Or 2 months from now, I don't know. But we'll talk about the cursedness of Dwayne in that.
The curses of Chi-Hoo.
Yeah, can we get a Chi-Hoo, please?
Please.
Should we, speaking of actors potentially harming their careers, should we talk about some of this Tom Hardy drama?
Well, lay on me. What has Tom Hardy been up to? You say this as if it's terrible news.
I mean, it's not terrible news, and in fact,
we like Tom.
We do, although we may not after this. No.
Ooh, okay.
No, there's news, there's kind of news, there's kind of not news. Basically, the news was, the talk was, he had been fired from MobLand. I don't know if you're familiar with the show that he does, MobLand. It's like a big hit on Paramount, I think. It has Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren. British crime thing, Guy Ritchie's involved. And the talk was that he had been fired for being difficult on set, because he was... apparently consistently late. He was trying to rewrite scripts. He was a bit of a diva. He was not. He
was doing a bit of a Wonder Man, but as the main character.
Ooh, yeah, doing the most as Hardy perhaps does.
Yeah.
But then, according to this new article from Variety, he's not actually fired. They're working through things, but the tensions are real. There's some behind the scenes drama here on MobLand. and I wanted to get your takes on Hardy's on-set behavior allegedly, and the sort of the drama going on here. Because we like Hardy, but apparently
we do like Hardy.
Also, sorry, I just looked at my hair. I was like, I actually.
Oh, sorry, I'm chop maxing. I don't know.
It's like, holy fuck, I'm chopped as hell, bro.
I saw the genuine panic. It's kind of like, yeah, we can talk about MobLand. Fuck.
Holy shit, bro. They just cover the camera. Fuck.
And that's the pod.
But basically, so Hardy is apparently late to set. Some could call him Tom Tardy. Thank you. And he wants to like rewrite, bits as they're shooting.
That's what this whole segment has been about.
It's all been building.
Getting off the world's greatest zinger.
And he has been described as difficult by, Variety talked to a bunch of sources. He's like, it's a movie. He's a movie star.
Hardy to work with, if you will.
Tom, hardly on time.
Ooh, Tom, hard on.
Almost as good. Actually,
there's something there. You smell me.
Keep working on that. But basically, he's had like a falling out with the writer / producers, Jez Butterworth. Real name.
Okay, well, with a name. This whole MobLand production should just get canceled because of all the weird ass names involved.
And
Butterworth.
David Glasser. And apparently there's drama on both sides because scripts are apparently coming in late and Tom Hardy isn't happy about that.
Okay.
But what I thought was most interesting about this is that Guy Ritchie's involved with the show. And apparently Guy Ritchie, he has that like rapport with Hardy and that, that goatedness that he can sort of tame the Hardy on set. And he also apparently he has like, I think he's a producer or something. He has the authority to like change the script as they're shooting, so that works better with Hardy. But then when they cycle in, more average, just like a TV director to come in, they don't have the authority to change the script, which makes it harder for Hardy to do his improv, whatever, changing of things. And also they're apparently like intimidated by him, and he kind of walks all over them. And so he was described as being better behaved when Guy Ritchie's on set. So,
oh my God, truly the Hardy tamer. That's,
so yeah, I don't know.
I'm confused. How crazy and how much is Tom Hardy doing for this like thing to be such a?
I don't know. Well, no, apparently I don't know like what it means by like they're intimidated by him. Does he like? I don't know. Does he go full Bronson mode on them perhaps and like scream expletives? I don't know. But that was interesting. Yeah. I did a bit of a Hardy deep dive because apparently I didn't know this. Apparently he's like
something no man should ever do.
He's like famously hard to work with. He had like a huge feud with Charlize Theron on Mad Max Fury Road because he was late to set and he was like being shitty, and they were in this shitty desert filming this. Apparently Patrick Stewart had some kind of choice words. He called him quote odd and solitary. So I don't know. Apparently he's hard to work with. But then the climax of this, at least in terms of comedic potential, I think, is that there were rumors about, or there's talk like Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan are also frustrated with Hardy on this. And apparently there is some, frustration, but...
Nobody likes Hardy.
but apparently it's been like...
I don't know if we'll like him after this. No one does.
Apparently there's been... it's been a little bit exaggerated because people were saying it was actually like an Israel-Palestine thing. Helen Mirren's pro-Israel, Tom Hardy's pro-Palestine. The sources are saying that's not true. But in response to the rumors that there's a big feud between Helen Mirren and Tom Hardy, Helen Mirren posts on her Instagram a blurry 480p PNG image of Tom Hardy, like with like black bars above and below it, and it just says, and I quote, "Love you now and always, Helen."
So she's killed him.
Yeah, it does look a little bit like a shrine a serial killer would make or something. But yeah,
love you now and always, and now I'm gonna eat your leg.
Yeah. So I just thought that was so funny. Helen? Also, why does Helen Mirren have Instagram?
But also, why is she posting the most cursed things that clearly make her seem way more guilty?
Yeah, I thought this quote from the article was funny, where some source said, "I know she said to him a couple times, 'Come on, Tom, we've been here for ages, let's get on with it,' but she's never appeared to be anti-Tom." As opposed to, I guess, the rest of Hollywood, apparently.
As opposed to the rest of the world anti-Tom. So maybe Helen Mirren is Tom Hardy's only supporter left in this world.
The only one who loves him unconditionally and wants him to be happy, or whatever she wrote on her fucking weird-ass Instagram post.
Never been anti-Tom. God.
But so, I think this is an interesting discussion about, like, actors who you like, even actors who seem cool. I think these people are, like, mostly cooked, I think, actors. Like, in terms of, like, being an asshole.
Well,
like,
I will say, though, like, I've not seen too many Tom Hardy interviews, but I have, like, some of the few ones I have seen, bro does seem just a little strange. Like, dare I say, he gives vibes of another Tom we like fondly.
Ooh.
I think Tom Hardy and Tom Cruise may, not for the same reasons, but I think at least in interviews they have a similar energy in that I would be genuinely terrified if they like talk back to me or like were unhappy with any line of questioning I had. Right? Like, I don't know if you've seen this. Like, granted, this was a pretty is an awkward and bad thing to ask, but like there's this reporter who asked Tom Hardy about his sexuality or something like that. I remember the way he responds is truly terrifying.
I mean, I feel like he handled that one pretty well, but the energy. Yeah, it is like a.
Exactly. Like, I think he did it well, but I think the energy that I could in that I could see being like causing other or maybe not confusion, but misunderstandings and at least awkward moments if that similar energy is used in other contexts.
Yeah, he does strike me as a bit of a surly guy. But I do think this whole, like, I think actors in general are kind of a quirky bunch. Like, your profession is like a little bit, offbeat. And then also you combine that with like fame and money, which can go to people's heads. I just think, because apparently like Charlize Theron was very punctual on set and this kind of stuff on Mad Max, and he was like late. And I don't think it gives you an excuse to, like, just because you're like eccentric and an actor and you're the star, you get to be like an asshole about it. Which kind of sounds like the vibe here. Exactly. But I don't know. I
think, as you say, I do think he sounds a bit like he is just kind of like he allows himself to be a grumpy, maybe allegedly, who knows, like, but a bit of a grumpy celeb guy with his fame.
I don't know.
Just quick little tangent here. Have you seen this clip of Russell Crowe as well that surfaced not like?
I didn't watch.
He's like signing autographs.
Yeah, he's like, back the fuck up, whatever he said. I don't know. What is he?
Yeah, like, back the fuck up, and then someone's like, could you sign it out for Maximus? Maximus? No. I respect the hell out of that as well.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Bro gives zero fucks.
I've seen Russell Crowe, just the still image of him handing the no.
Crowd control.
Yeah. I guess, to be fair though, the whole thing is so fun because also as a celebrity, you would be, people harassing you for autographs and pictures and stuff. That would also be. So I don't know. It's a cooked industry, but Hardy potentially. Little bit of a grumpy goober who can only be controlled by the punishing thumb of Guy Ritchie, I guess.
Oh my god! Bar for bar, the worst sentence I've ever heard.
I meant to say like he's under the thumb of Guy Ritchie.
Angry goober that can only be controlled by the thumb of Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie's magic thumb.
Guy Ritchie inserts.
Oh, Hardy likes. On set, he goes, yo, Tom. God.
But yeah, anyway, we move on from this to a little more drama. This one we don't have to go super in depth on, but it was a headline that really made me laugh. It was also from Variety. Miami police officers sue Ben Affleck and Matt Damon over The Rip, alleging Netflix caused substantial harm to their reputations. Now, haven't seen The Rip.
I think The Rip just caused an actual rip in the world order. But
I think now,
is this not kind of strange?
I think there's the actual details of it it's some kind of like the film seems to allude to their real case or something, some whatever. But I like to think instead that they sued because The Rip was so fucking mid. That's why it was worth suing over.
You made us look kind of dorky, but also this movie was ass. So.
Yeah. You portrayed the Miami police.
Give me $1 billion.
Yeah, in a midway. Goodbye.
Yeah, but exactly. You didn't make us seem as cool as we actually are. You put Ben Affleck in there.
I was gonna talk about this Robert Downey Jr. talking about influencers thing, but I'll be honest, I don't really care. Should we move on to the reviews and such?
Oh, yeah. Robert Downey, get the fuck out of here with all this nonsense.
You had some good points, I guess, but also, who cares? We got
but also listen to my Moana review.
we got a lot of stuff that's been happening over the past little while. First of all, your thoughts on the 3 Drake albums that dropped.
Oh, it's that kind of pod today.
So we have all, you and I have been bumping that new Drake all summer. We've been listening to Iceman and Habibti and the other one.
Did you see this? First of all, I will say I hate that we're talking about this. But second of all, did you see that some dude like predicted that he was gonna rhyme Iceman with Nice Man?
I did.
Did you see this?
But can I just say, low-key a bar. I don't know. I don't like Drake, really.
Can I just say that shit low-key worked? So are you switching from Team Kendrick onto Team Drake now?
Look,
after surprise 3-album release.
Yeah. The ultimate white boy move. Who do I like more, Kendrick or Drake? Is it K-Dot or Drizzy?
The Iceman bar really hit home with me.
Because he's no longer Mr. Nice Man. He's the Iceman. No, I mean, look, I think as a person...
The gloves have come off for Drake.
Drake is kind of cooked as a person, in my opinion. But I'm not going to lie. The 3 albums, 2 of them were total ass. Iceman was kind of a good album. I'm not going to lie. Some of the songs. Shebang.
Champagne Poppy, low-key cooked. I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of like so back. But anyway... Should we talk about... Actually, wait, real quick. Another non-kind of movie topic for the pod. But I'll just say,
yeah,
the NBA. We've both been getting into it a little bit. I'm still pretty casual.
Bumping that Wemby.
But I did watch the Western Conference Final. SGA versus Wemby. Thunder versus Spurs.
Yeah.
Kind of peak. Kind of a great hate watch.
Cinema.
Yeah.
I haven't followed basketball as much. Like, I've slowly been getting into it the last few years, but especially this season, I haven't followed too much. Since LeBron was knocked out.
I don't care anymore.
Braun's out. No more brawny time. I'm out. But I didn't realize just how much I actually would end up disliking OKC.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, as a kind of casual newcomer, I am kind of like hopping on the bandwagon, like, okay, everyone doesn't like OKC. But then when I watch the games, I'm like, I hate flopping in sports in general. Honestly, it's a big part of the reason I don't watch like soccer, because I just can't stand like the falling and the sort of pretending you're hurt.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say, not to be mean, but just as a casual observer, does the OKC team not like just look like dorks? Like, do they not just look like bullies from a high school movie? Like SGA,
they really do, and like that
Caruso,
and dude, and that. Caruso, dude, I cannot stand Caruso.
He looks like a villain from like a Disney Channel movie.
He does, and he backs it up with some silly antics. Like, and they're so like they're both floppy, but they're also very foully. And so watching Wemby and the crew, as I love Castle on Spurs, watching them just kind of like defeat them despite all the odds and all the favorites going OKC's way. I was like, yes,
went pretty hard.
This was huge.
So we go into the finals. Except, who are you rooting for? Knicks or I realize it's a movie podcast, by the way. I'm sorry, but real quick, Knicks or Spurs?
Yeah.
Who are you pulling for?
I think because honestly, like for me, watching basketball, I don't have like a team. For me, it's very like personality based, right? And there are some people I like on both teams, so it's kind of hard. I'm just there for a good time, but I think I might have to go and root for Wemby.
Ooh, okay, fair.
Are you a Knicks enjoyer?
Again, I'm super casual into this, but I do think I don't know. I like the energy around the Knicks. I mean, I know they have like an insane fan base that might like nuke New York if they win or whatever, but like, I don't know. The vibes are kind of. It would be kind of fun if the Knicks won. I feel like, but the Knicks edits have been going kind of crazy. But anyway, we move on to movie and TV talk. First of all,
terrible line to end on.
Should we talk about Punisher: One Last Kill?
We should. Kind of I didn't really know too much about it going in, and it's not something that's changed my mind or view about anything really, but a good fun time, I thought.
Yeah. I think it's one I've changed my opinion on a little since I watched, because I feel like when I watched it, I was quite hyped about it. I was like, damn, that was really sick. And then I've talked to a few people about it, and as they point out like things that were wrong with it, I'm like, these are good points. Like some of this was, and I've seen like clips from it, and I was like, that was pretty bad. So I don't know. I stand by the actions.
You said in BHL 2, I thought it was like The Punisher is insane or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
It was.
To be fair, that is kind of an average BHL 2 title though. Just like blank is insane.
Good template. But yeah, like I thought it definitely had some cool action, but and I think Jon Bernthal is very good as the Punisher in general. But
yeah, I do think he kind of I don't know, he hams up. I can't believe he hit the no like one more time, like as if it, like that's his catchphrase or something.
In general, like I know it is largely the point of it, like not to be taken too seriously, and it plays in some older movie tropes and stuff like that. It's a little corny. I thought it was a little over the top.
Yeah.
Again, it was like a nice fun time, but it was, for me, it's very much like a standalone fine Frank Castle thing. I don't think it at all compares to any of the other stuff he's been in.
No, I in hindsight, I do agree, because I think action wise, it's the best thing we've seen from the Punisher. I think like it is really
good, yeah.
sick action. But in like, and I gave it a lot of credit for like, oh, it's trying to be like a silly B movie, but also at the same time, like it was kind of bad. I think the family stuff is also like unironically kind of bad. Like I'm so sick of seeing him again. He hits the no. I'm so sick of seeing him like crying about your dead family. I know it's deep that your family died, but also like we've covered this for 3 seasons of television. Like I don't know. How are you still?
Bro, just move on.
I don't know. Get a new family. I don't know. Like I it's just from a storytelling
Remarry,
perspective.
brother.
Yeah. Make another kid. It's not that hard. But no, I just from a storytelling perspective, I feel like they got to move on from that. But yeah. Also, do you think he's dyeing his beard and hair because it looked like jet black? Am I the only one who thinks this?
I think he might be. It looked way too full and way too black. And and we all know Jon Bernthal's graying the fuck out.
Well, also for like a Punisher thing, wouldn't it be cool if the Punisher was kind of like grizzled and some gray hairs in the beard? I don't know.
Was that like he's the whole thing is that he's killed every single fucking person that was involved in his family's death now.
In the world. Every person in New York.
The Knicks didn't win.
Yeah, genuinely, this is what's gonna happen if the Knicks win. Just this kind of random.
Yeah, Jon Bernthal's gonna dye his beard again and just go on a murderous spree. But yeah, like he's gone through this like crazy, across TV and some movies and everything like that. Now he looks the youngest I've ever seen him. Just show some degrade, some decline, and just a bit more gritty with it. Because now he's looking a bit too like just full of life.
Yeah, he needs to look more decrepit. I don't know. I even think in the Spider-Man movie he looks a little bit more. I don't know, sans beard. Maybe he looks a little more gritty or less gritty. I don't know. Also, do you think it's funny that like after murdering the entire population of this like I don't know street he was on, he's just gonna be in Spider-Man just like. Hey, Spidey, swinging around, are you? And like after he stabbed the fuck out of a guy for like 20 minutes.
Hey, Spidey, swinging around, are you? I pray he hits the no line before he hits that line. I pray we get a full Chi-Hu song from the Punisher before he says what you said there.
But
I don't know. I think we've talked about it before, but the contrasting personalities and vibes of these characters is going to be an interesting mesh, I think. Hopefully they can figure it out, but I am interested to see how they do it.
We will see. Speaking of TV superhero things that were maybe a little disappointing, and also maybe dyeing your beard black.
Ooh.
The Boys?
Okay.
Is Carl Urban hitting that beard dye?
I think he might be. No one's hair is that black.
It does look very comically black, but
it's also like I don't think necessarily that it being fully black makes it, even if that is natural, I don't think that necessarily looks good. I like a little bit of some gray streaks in the hair.
Again, yeah, even if Urban and Bernthal are both black hair maxing like that, I feel like even for
maybe
the characters,
you should start dyeing it a little gray, maybe.
Bring it up.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, no, not at all. But Butcher especially, but Butcher's been through the ringer. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. What did you think of
the Boys?
What did you think of the Boys finale?
Hear me out.
Ooh. You loved it.
I loved it. It was the best thing ever. No, I just think that the last episode wasn't necessary. Like, I don't think the last episode was the worst in the season.
Yeah.
But I think that the entire season leading up to it was so bad and so like disjointed and there was not enough build to this finale that there was no way that this was going to be good in any scenario. I don't think that there's no way they could actually tie this together well, I think. And in my opinion, I don't think they tied it together very well. I think there were some fun moments, but I also think a lot of it felt a little slightly Game of Thronesy, where it felt very rushed. And to me, it felt like they kind of just wanted to be done with it towards the end.
Yeah. It's an odd sort of dichotomy because the last 2 seasons in general have felt kind of like drawn out and full of filler. And then like the last episode was just like, we're just kind of like getting it over. Like we're done now. It's Game of Thrones style. And I agree. I think for what the past 2 seasons had set up, specifically this season, it was maybe as good as you could hope for from that, but that's still bad. Yeah. Because it's not like
because you do a terrible set doesn't mean that like it's gonna end up even worse. And I think there's definitely points throughout the season that I enjoyed. But as a whole, I think this is probably my least favorite season of the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it was quite weak. I liked. What do you think of the Butcher Homelander fight, actually? Because I mean, I think it's fine, but it is quite anticlimactic. I feel, especially with the like scorched earth promises.
Exactly, like scorched earth, like a 5-minute thing where they just kind of hit each other in the Oval Office. Semi-muddied room. I don't know. It's I mean, I like that they did have like their big con finale where they just kind of went battle of fisticuffs, but it was it did feel anticlimactic. I think that everything around it as well was just like, I don't know, like I was a bit bothered by the fact that they go in again with no plan as the boys usually do, and Starlight is like their main heavy or one of their main heavy hitters in this, and then the fucking Deep is there and she's like, guys, don't worry, I've got this. Flies away from the actual fight they're trying to do. Yeah. And then struggles a lot until the Deep is, eventually like octopus through the anus and mouth. But
right.
It was, I don't know. It was overall a disappointing final fight as well, I thought.
Yeah, disappointing final fight. The epilogue I thought was, fine. I kind of like what happens with Butcher and Huey. I thought that was like that was, I think, the best scene in the episode.
I agreed.
Do you think it's kind of cooked that Huey and Starlight are naming their child after Huey's ex-girlfriend?
I think that is incredibly cooked. I sat there, I was like, ain't no fucking way. Sure, I was gonna be like, is it gonna be Butcher? Is it gonna be? It'd be bad if they named their kid Frenchie. But I was like, is it gonna be some sort of like?
That would be kind of disgraceful if they named it Frenchie.
Yeah. Oh, Spongy. It was like, I was expecting something, and then when they dropped that line, I was like, ain't no way. She must feel so weird about that.
Yeah, that's kind of like I don't know. Is this like a Huey cuck to cucker arc? Because he starts the show as kind of like a beta cuck, and then at the end, he's making his girlfriend bear his.
He becomes the
ex-girlfriend's named child. Exactly. I don't know. Just kind of.
It was so clear that it wanted to be, because is it maybe the exact same kind of like area where Robin got hit? Is it outside that same record store?
It was meant to look like the same. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like big, full circle moment, but it just kind of took away from the fact that it's like, oh, Huey, this is kind of really fucked from you.
I don't know. I don't think my girlfriend would appreciate it if I was like, yo, real quick.
I
got an idea.
Yo, my previous shawty. That's our baby.
Yeah.
I also thought throughout the season, but especially in this episode, there's so many terrible, corny, like movie line deliveries. It felt like, just because you're a weapon, or he says you're a weapon, doesn't make it so. You're your own person. Saying to like Kimiko and stuff. I thought there's so much like Hollywood schlop garbage that just felt like not at all like actual dialogue.
Yeah, well, it's funny that The Boys starts as a satire of like superhero movies and like we're sending up all the tropes, whatever, and then by the end it is like it's like schlocky, like corny moments. It has like spin-offs and it's referencing them. Like it's it's satirizing all these Hollywood things and then you end up becoming them. No, I've talked extensively.
Did you watch the Gen V season 2?
I watched like 2 episodes and then I dropped off.
Okay.
It wasn't even like bad, but I don't know.
No, like I didn't watch the second season of Gen V, but it's also like they kind of like they show these characters a lot from the second season, Marie Monroe, whatever her name is. And I'm just like, I don't know, this is bad. This is bad the way you're tying this together.
Well, those characters also got totally cucked because like the show got canceled. There's no season 3, so this is the end of their characters, and they just drive a truck. I guess that was like the culmination of their arc. Truck driver. Also, her superpower is controlling blood. Like that wouldn't come in handy when Homelander's injected V1 into his blood. I thought like there would be some kind of tie-in to that, but anyway.
No, exactly. Well, like when they showed up, I didn't know this thing about like the third season getting canceled and stuff. I thought it was gonna be a thing of, okay, they're gonna take the most powerful people from Gen V, mix them with the most powerful people of the boys, and go at Homelander. I was like, I don't love it because I haven't seen Gen V, but I was like, that would make sense to me.
There were so many, like, I don't know, not tying stuff together as well as you could have. So many logical, like, plot points that didn't work. It was extremely Game of Thrones Season 8. It was, like, to a T, the same disappointing anticlimax, poorly written. Yeah.
And the Deep is a character who I actually thought was quite fun throughout the season. Yeah. And again, I thought it was kind of a shame the way they just ended it there.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is my big problem also with the goat Frenchie, Spongy, or whatever. The whole show is like built on violent character deaths. Isn't it crazy that Homelander lasered someone in half or whatever? And then these two characters, especially Frenchie, literally gets like killed off screen basically. Like, they cut away and then he's like dying. And the Deep, it's like, this is, a very fun like side villain joke character. You're not gonna have him get killed in like a more comical way. Like, you're not gonna have like a shark bite his dick off and then, I don't know, something. Like, I don't love the boys' like crude vulgar humor. They've overdone it too much. But like, really, you're just gonna have him getting stabbed by the octopus? Like, there's not more to it than that.
There's not more. Exactly. It's also like you're gonna make it happen on some like whatever beach with Starlight. It's like, I don't know, it's
like, all the things made sense of like Starlight kills the Deep because they had their thing, Homelander loses powers because he's been the guy who's all powerful, whatever. But it was just like on paper it all sounds fine, but then in the execution it was just so anticlimactic, kind of like going through the motions feeling almost.
But okay, what do you think of the actual Homelander death where it becomes pathetic and everything like that?
I like that, but I think they should have done more of that. Like, I think I think there could have been more depth to it of like, it used to be about the psychology of Homelander a bit, and now he's just a joke. And I feel like there could have been something about like the psychology of this all-powerful guy becoming powerless, but instead it was like mostly just a joke. But I understand like the joke of he's, completely cowardly now. I just kind of maybe like have more characters interacting. It was just so brief. Like, this whole time we've been waiting for this moment.
And I thought it felt very on the nose as well. Because I agree, I like the thing that he's been all powerful and you want to see him just be completely helpless and completely, useless. But the fact that he realizes he doesn't have powers and then immediately he's like, man, I'll eat your shit, I'll suck your dick. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was very, like, The Boys season 5 type writing of like...
Yeah, exactly.
Insert dick.
Insert dick into Spongy.
I do think that they must have had a whiteboard in The Boys like writing room. It just had insert dick and like giant writing on it.
I done that in every scene.
Yeah, and then like in parentheses, Frenchie death ?
Yeah, exactly. Get Marie Monroe in a van, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, and like
just
side
make
plot,
sure you insert dick.
Just like in tiny like small print at the bottom, it's like, wrap up show ? But it's like, no. Insert dick is pretty important. The Boys season 5 disappointing. We put it to rest until Vought Rising comes out, which, by the way, I have to say, Loki, that trailer actually looked kind of good, not gonna lie.
It Loki did. I'm actually kind of excited.
Yeah, I was like, man, fuck The Boys. Well, you're trying to put out a new thing. I was like, Loki, that kind of looks cool, actually. Might watch
okay, Jensen Ackles, fine, I'm with it.
Yeah,
exactly. Also, what do we think of the kind of ominous switch that Mother's Milk just adopts Ryan?
Well, actually, good you bring this up because I have a fraud allegation to clear up. In my video, I said like, and what the fuck is with the end where like MM just adopts Ryan? What's up with that? Apparently, I saw an Instagram reel. There was a clip earlier in the show where Butcher's like, "Oi, MM, if something happens to me, take care of Ryan," and he's like, "I'll fucking do it, Butcher," or whatever, classic MM Butcher interaction.
Insert dick.
Exactly, my favorite MM quote. But yeah, so apparently they did set that up. But I did think it was just kind of funny that, I don't know, maybe you could have reiterated that somewhere closer to the finale, because when just Ryan's at MM's wedding, I was like, the fuck are you doing here, bro? Like, bro thinks he's on the team. Like.
Also, MM just immediately getting remarried. I don't know. That's the most unbelievable part of this whole show.
Yeah, someone would marry MM again. Come on, bro. Bro's washed.
MM again sounds like the diary of a murderer. I don't know.
It sounds like his debut EP. Anyway, The Boys, bad. Let's move on. I will say briefly, speaking of Carl Urban, I assume you did not see Mortal Kombat 2.
I have not. I am going to watch it, but I saw that you should probably watch Mortal Kombat 1 before, and I haven't seen that yet. So
you should, but also it does not make a huge. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, but I
wasn't like, I'm not desperate for the lore, but I'm gonna go watch it with my girlfriend. She's like, oh, we should watch the first one before. I was like, okay, fine, we'll do that.
Yeah, I will say Mortal Kombat 2, kind of fire, low-key. I had a really good time. I was expecting like absolute slop, and low-key of the like kind of big mainstream blockbusters I've seen lately, by far the best one. Like,
interesting.
Yeah,
because it in what regard does it take itself like as seriously as it should? Which is not at all. And the action being good and stuff like that, or what's the vibe?
Yeah, like it's definitely bad in parts. Like the story is super generic, and some of the acting is bad, and some of it looks kind of bad. But man, the action is like actually good. There's some of the fight scenes they like actually gave a shit, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like there's one fight scene, I don't know the characters, but a guy with like a metal hat or whatever. Shit was crazy. It was actually really good. And then it's also like Carl Urban is really fun. Like it has like actually funny moments. It reminded me a bit of like a less good version of Dungeons and Dragons, that movie. It's like that kind of vibe.
I was gonna say that's the vibe it gave off in the trailer, that it could be a little Dungeons and Dragons.
It is, yeah. And so like it's better than the first one. Again, it's not like a cinematic masterpiece. But low-key, I was like, man, why am I actually like having a great time watching Mortal Kombat 2? So shout out Mortal Kombat
2. Why am I actually super hyped right
now? And then another one that I don't think you've seen, so we don't have to go super in-depth on. But did you see Backrooms, aka Backshots Rooms?
AKA insert dick rooms.
Also, if you were taking backshots from the monster in the Backrooms, that would be a horrific end to that movie. That would be a real nightmare, I have to say.
Open the last room, just fucking...
It's just backshots?
That's the subtitle to the movie, Backrooms. It's just backshots.
The poster's still Chew Until IG4, just...
Willem Dafoe memeing. Yeah. I have not seen Backrooms, aka Backshots, aka Backshot Rooms. Yes. But it is a movie I think I'll be going to watch this week because I've heard really good things.
Yeah. It's pretty good. We'll talk about Obsession. And I think like coming out next to that, I think it pales in comparison a bit to Obsession, but it is a very different kind of movie.
Okay.
It's a different kind of horror. I think it does the Backrooms stuff really well, like the actual liminal. Are you a fan of the Backrooms, like the videos?
I've played a few of the Backrooms games as well, and I find them to be scary, and the videos are pretty fun. But like it's one of those where like to me it's very C tier horror stuff. Like I recognize it's a thing and it's got some pop culture lore behind it, but I'm just like it's never something that I think of as like a big horror franchise. So I didn't think of the movie as a thing that would be fantastic either.
I mean, no, I don't think of it as a franchise. I think if anything, it's kind of cool. It came from like an underground. It came from like a guy making YouTube short film. By the way, I did not know these games were a thing because I saw people complaining about it's not like the Roblox game. And I was like, what the fuck? There's a Backrooms Roblox? Are you playing Roblox? Is this what I'm hearing?
No, this is not a Roblox gameplay reveal. This is, I didn't, in fairness, shoot me when that happens.
Grown-ass man playing Roblox. Which is fine, by the way, if you are, it's okay.
Which is fine. It ain't fine. But, no, on Steam, there's a bunch of, like, Backrooms games that you can, like, these, like, horror games where they've, like, taken, I guess, the concept of the Backrooms and put that into this, like, survival horror game. Okay. So I played a few of those, and I know a lot more about the Backrooms from that than I do the like original YouTube videos and stuff.
Okay, well, having not played these games, but I do think the vibe, at least I got from watching some of the Backroom stuff back in the day, was more the creepy liminal space horror of it, and like sort of the mystery of like there's something out there and like the lore of like what's going on, rather than like scary monster chase you kind of thing, because that is not to spoil it, but that's more what it becomes towards the end. I think that's when it gets much weaker, I would say, as a movie. Although
I think it's go on.
I was gonna say, I think again, without spoiling it, the reveal of the monster, I feel like you might find a little bit comical and amusing. Because when I was watching it, I was like, I was hoping for like a really...
It's Dwayne at the Kevin Hart roast again.
I thought it was gonna, the mystery of like what's out there, and then it's revealed, and I was like, shit, kind of goofy, bro. I don't know. This is kind of ass. But anyway,
this is kind of whatever. Yeah, because I mean, I think for me, what's the most scary is that you're walking around these like these endless hallways. You don't know what's gonna happen, but that there is something out there, right? So like, I guess more of like in a Blair Witchy kind of vibe, that you know that there's something, but you're not really getting shown it.
The Blair Witch, I think, was a good comparison. I think that is kind of the vibe. Although I think the Backrooms is, also interesting in like the weirdness of the setting itself, because the Blair Witch is more about the unknown, whereas this is also like the rooms get weirder and more, curved in weird ways, like little things are jutting out. It's very interesting. And I do think that stuff the movie does really well. People have complained about like the story, which I have kind of mixed feelings on, sort of the character and whatever. But yeah, I think you will find it to be interesting. I do think it's also gotten a big backlash because there is like a strong, how do I put this, like Instagram reel scrolling audience going to the Backrooms. I had two of these people next to me during the movie, and I don't know, on the one hand, I was like, as soon as like the plot started and it was like scenes of people talking, I could hear them like sighing and like fidgeting and stuff, and I was like, God, you brain rotted children. I mean, they were like 20 or whatever, but then also low-key, I don't know, at a certain point I was like, okay, this story is like a tiny bit boring. Like, like I want to be all high and mighty, but also like Loki, I don't know, gets in the Backrooms.
Loki, this kind of. So are they trying to make an actual story and movie out of this Backrooms thing?
Sort of, but it's more about these two characters, less about the lore, which also kind of pissed people off. I don't know. I think you'll find it interesting, but I think there are two Backrooms, backshots rooms segments that are like great, that give you like kind of exactly what you want. I think it's worth the price of admission for that alone, and then the rest of it, ups and downs. I don't know. Yeah. We'll talk about it. But Chiwetel, there are also some nutty Chiwetel moments, I have to say. There's a bit where he does like a little bit of a jig. It's kind of good.
I do love me some nutty Chiwetel. It's this is also by the YouTuber like who made like, you got like a low budget, and the guy's what 20 years old or something like that. And
he's like 19, 20, 21 or something.
Yeah. And so like I guess the movie can be whatever it is. I've heard, some good things, some bad things. But just the fact that this story is a thing, 20 years old, makes this movie on a low budget, grosses so highly. I'm just like, that alone makes me want to go watch it. It's an inspiring story, I think.
Totally, man. And the Backrooms, Mandalorian and Grogu, an obsession, which we'll kind of like talk about here. There's an overarching story here that for once, because everything is so fucking, abysmal these days or whatever, like a positive story. Like the overall takeaway is like, this is good news for like creativity and art and like not corporate slop. With that in mind, should we talk a little bit about Mandalorian and Grogu, which I assume you've also not seen?
With some slop in mind. You assume correct.
Honestly, don't. I had...
You fully just saying don't.
Truly... between the movie and also I might have to do a little BHL rant on the actual conditions around the movie. I had a miserable experience watching this because, well, first of all, okay, let me just set the scene for why Mandalorian and Grogu viewing was so cursed.
Lay it on me.
First of all, there's a lot of traffic on the way there. Already kind of annoying. Whatever. I get there.
Already there. Terrible movie.
I'm going to, not that I would ever sneak stuff into the cinema, but if I were to hypothetically, I was maybe going to hit the mall food court to get maybe a Dr. Pepper for $3.99 instead of $8 or whatever it is at AMC.
Okay.
Hypothetically. But then because of the traffic...
Hypothetically. No, you would never do this, but just some people I've heard would maybe.
Yeah, I'm maybe making this up or something. But because of the traffic, then I'm already late. So I'm like, fuck it, I gotta go. But I'm like, you know what? It's been a long day. I kind of want that Dr. Pepper. So at the cinema, I purchase their incredibly overpriced, you get like a large drink, then they have the fountain or whatever. I go up to this fountain. Yeah. They don't have Dr. Pepper, bro. How the fuck are you a drink machine in 2026 America and you don't have Dr. Pepper?
Are you saying they were out of Dr. Pepper, or
it was not an option?
Have Dr. Pepper?
I mean, maybe I missed it, but I spent a good time on that fucking machine trying to find. I was.
But I spent half of Mandalorian Grogu looking for Dr. Pepper.
You can imagine the internal BHL crash out that was happening at this point when I was like, I really just paid for this large drink and you don't even have. I have to get cherry Coke. Are you fucking kidding me? I got cherry Coke. It was okay. Anyway. I get in there.
I got cherry Coke, and that's my new go-to.
It was actually way better than Dr. Pepper. I got a large popcorn. Shit tasted like ass. There was a hair in it as well. I was
maybe Maybe it was just ass. That's what I'm sorry.
They might have served me ass in a bucket.
Yeah, I got popcorn, but it looked like a butt, tasted like a butt, and smelt like a butt. I've never had a Dr. Pepper in my life. Is that a good thing?
Dr. Pepper's goated, man. And by that I mean it's bad for you or whatever, but I did when I was in Los Angeles, I kind of had a a Jack in the Box near me, and I would get like a Dr. Pepper with my meal, and low-key, I really fuck with it. And they don't have it in Denmark, from what I can tell.
No, I've never seen it.
So it's a shame. But anyway, and then it seemed like the cinema did not have air conditioning on. I don't know, maybe they didn't. It was just not working well or something. But anyway, it was hot in there. Anyway, and then the movie was literally like total garbage. So I was having a bad time with the Mandalorian and Grogu. But
this doesn't sound like a good setup for an already bad movie.
No,
so,
but this was this was like Indiana Jones 5 levels of bad in my opinion.
Really?
And I dislike it less because I am more connected to Indiana Jones. But in terms of like, it's not the worst movie ever. It's like a probably whatever movie, but it is so bland, so nothing, such corporate slop that I was like genuinely like depressed after a while. I was like, fuck, like, is this what like entertainment is now? Is this
what cinema is these days?
Man, it was like, it's such a nothing movie. It's such a Disney Plus type movie. Like the story is so basic. There's no character at all. There's no personality. Nothing like happens of that much interest. There's like a couple of decent action scenes, I guess, but it's like the death of cinema type movie in my opinion. This is worse than like a Transformers movie or something. Like I think this kind of like
because a Transformers movie at least knows what it is.
It makes you miss like real bad movies, like a Michael Bay movie that's like bad and funny how it's bad. Like this is just nothing. It's Jurassic World Rebirth type beat.
God, that's the pinnacle of death of cinema. And that's also such a shame because I feel like, again, I haven't seen the latest season, but I feel like the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, so good. Like I thought they really had something there, and the fact that it's just turned into complete garbo corporate schlop is just a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like little glimmers of like, okay, the Mandalorian is like kind of cool, like he's like a Western character in this cool armor or whatever, but it's just... Yeah. Man, it was so fucking boring. Like you know me. We've been going to the cinema together for like 10 plus years.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever taken out my phone in the cinema. Like I feel like you can attest to this.
Ooh, was this a phone taking out kind of movie?
About like halfway through, I straight up just started like responding to texts. Like and it was only for like 10 minutes.
About halfway through, I started recording a BHL2 video. I started live stream.
I threw up a pod short, and it kind of banged views. But like genuinely, I was like,
kind of banged views.
There's like the first half of this movie is like a fine Disney Plus episode, and then it kind of like wraps up, and then there's like a second thing that starts. And there's like a segment where Baby Yoda's just wandering around this fucking jungle. And I feel like it went on forever and it's just so boring. And I was just like, fuck this, man. Like, I was thinking about walking out, but I was like, then I can't in my right mind, make a BHL2 vid about it. So I have to stick it out. But
yeah. So the intro to Mandalorian Grogu is not great. And that's all I saw.
Yeah. Also, I think you would find it amusing. There's are you familiar with Jabba the Hutt?
I am familiar with Jabba.
He has a son, I believe, who's in this movie, Rata the Hutt.
Rata the Hutt.
And he is played by...
kind of a tough name.
Jeremy Allen White. And... kind of one of the more interesting...
In no makeup.
Kind of an interesting part of the film, but also, holy shit, he looked so bad. Like, he looked like a PS2 character. It was so funny. Like, I enjoyed that because it was funny. Like, and he's like a buff Hutt.
Again, I'm just imagining it's just Jeremy.
Yeah, he looked fucking awful. He looked like a terrible
He looks
monster.
like a PS2 character.
Yeah, why would they get this CGI in here? It's just like the Bear premiere or something. But, yeah, I don't know. Also, just Jeremy Allen White as a Hutt voice. Like, Jeremy Allen White's, like, kind of nervous voice, whatever. They, like, bass boosted it to make him Hutt-like, but I don't know. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, an odd choice for sure.
Also, Martin Scorsese plays a monkey, like a monkey alien.
What?
Also no makeup.
Why is Martin Scorsese in this?
I don't know, man. And that's also kind of like... I don't know, when Martin Scorsese watches this, I assume he just thinks of it as like, oh, this is just some bullshit that like my kids will like or whatever. But like, I don't know, don't you see this as like death of cinema type beat, Martin Scorsese? Like,
yeah, sure. This is everything. Maybe he's just like, I'm gonna make great movies and then star in terrible ones.
It's true. He does pop up in Shark Tale as well.
Okay, he's also going to star in great movies.
Yeah, he's going to star in cinema as well. Okay, he's going to make cinema and star in bigger cinema, yes.
Okay, I'm starting to think that Mandalorian and Grogu was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, but anyway, fuck Mandalorian and Grogu. And man, I hate to say this, because we love him in, sort of a nutty pod way, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. Low-key, fuck Jon Favreau, man. Bro sold his soul to the Disney overlords, I'm sorry. Bro made the Lion King live-action movie and Mandalorian and Grogu back-to-back. You're on Hollywood fraud watch, man.
Was that really his back-to-back?
I think that was his last movie that he directed, yeah.
God, that's such a shame. I actually, this is a sad turning point here, but I watched a video not too long ago that was how Chef saved Jon Favreau.
Well, I mean, that alone is
already there. That alone is kind of cursed.
Wait, saved him
this whole
like
thing
personally?
about how yeah, sexually, I don't know. It was
and improved his libido making the Chef movie.
Bro was sad that he made the Chef movie and then he was fucking 24/7. But it was a whole thing about how Iron Man 1 was such a huge success because it was kind of like, not too many people had high expectations for it. He was kind of given just free reign to do whatever he wanted, and then because it turned out to be such a big success, then obviously they wanted him back, and then there was a lot more kind of like Overwatch on Iron Man 2, which then turned out to be not as popular in the public's eyes, right? And that apparently like really crippled him emotionally and presumably sexually.
No.
Babe, can we do it now? Sorry, I can't get up after Iron Man 2.
Sorry, I just made Iron Man 2. Man, Iron Man 2's peak, bro. What the fuck? He should have been
it's pretty good.
Overjoyed. Sorry, no, if he was like depressed or whatever, I'm sorry. That's bad. That's a shame.
Should have yelled that at him. Man, just get hard. It was good.
The Whiplash finale went crazy, bro. What the fuck? You did the racetrack sequence.
But then there's this whole thing that he then like decides to step back a little bit. But then he was like, you know what? Chef.
Bro.
But then apparently Chef was this thing that he wrote, and it was about his own struggles, about a guy who gets
Guy who cooks food.
Yeah, it was about his struggles in the kitchen, but it was
sorry.
It was about how, as it is in Chef, this like guy who becomes super successful, then he feels like he's just making schlop and doesn't have the creative freedom to do what he wants, and then he goes and becomes a fucking food truck owner. But now he's back making Iron Man 2-esque work.
Bro, he wishes he was making Iron Man 2-esque work, man. He's making genuine dog shit. Yeah. I mean, look, that's all. I'm sorry, Jon Favreau.
Driving a food truck that sells actual dog poo-poo.
That is the equivalent of what he's doing with Mandalorian and Grogu now. Literally selling me feces, bro. No, I'm sorry he was depressed after Iron Man 2. That's a shame and everything. I'm glad he made Chef and he feels better. But then as a guy, Jon Favreau is probably a nice guy, but the contribution he's given to like the death of cinema, in my opinion, puts him on director fraud watch. He has to star at least in 5 more movies as Happy Hogan or Chef to redeem himself.
Yeah, he has to do a Chef cinematic universe.
Yeah, get like John Leguizamo back or something. Was he in Chef? Anyway, by the way, low-key, Iron Man 2 mogs Chef, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sure you had like a better time making Chef, but like I think Iron Man 2 is better than Chef. Iron Man 2 actually kind of a peak movie. I'm tired of pretending it isn't.
That's it. I'm putting my foot down. Iron Man 2 is the best movie of all time.
Also, didn't in between Iron Man 2 and Chef, didn't he make Cowboys and Aliens?
I think that was also a thing.
This also contribute to the yeah. That's a bright
to
spot.
The lack of libido. Yeah.
That's like he was really happy for like a little bit, but then it can't last. That's just Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys and Aliens. He got too happy, and then he had to lower it by making Chef.
Anyway, whatever. You're cool, Jon Favreau, I guess. Actually, no, you're not. Fuck you. You made Mandalorian and Grogu. Shit was ass. But I hope you're fine or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope you're not. I hope you don't go into another Chef-like depression after this or whatever. I hope you're all a good person.
Although if it gives us another Chef movie or an Iron Man 2.
Yeah, is it required? Does Jon Favreau have to go through emotional turmoil to produce Kino? I don't know. But no, I hope you're happy and all good. We move on.
Yeah.
To, along with the Backrooms, and this more so than Backrooms, because Backrooms, is a 20-year-old, but it's a little bit more commercial, I guess. Not that Obsession isn't commercial, but movies kind of saving cinema in the context of Mandalorian and Grogu's slop. Obsession.
Grogu.
Slop goo. Obsession.
Slopgoo. Obsession. Yes.
What are we thinking?
Low key, I thought it was fantastic.
Kind of a
I thought it was such a good movie. And we'll get into the nitty gritties of it, but just, one line review of the horror movie. Probably the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Really?
I think so. I can't think of other movies that I've seen that have made me more scared and think about them afterwards as well.
Interesting. Is this just because you're really scared of your own girlfriend?
This may be a contributing factor. Yeah.
Just because she's literally her in some way. No, I'm kidding.
This is because I mirrored my own experience.
No, interesting. Okay.
I don't know. I thought the way that it was done was because for me, a lot of the time, the thing that scares me in horror movies are the jump scares. It's not so much the psychological aspect of it all, right? Mm. Whereas this, I thought the jump scares were done very, very well and effectively in this. But throughout it, there was also just an eerie, creepy vibe that made me just like. There's multiple times where I wasn't expecting a jump scare and nothing came, but I was still on edge and I was like, "Oh, what's gonna happen here?" Mm. And I thought it was. And again, we'll talk about it more, but the story of it all. That this guy's a YouTuber, and it's actually a YouTuber that I've watched quite a bit. I didn't know he was making this movie.
Oh, really?
And then it's this. It was a very fun whole circle moment.
Damn. No, I've never engaged in Curry Barker YouTube videos, but that's cool to hear that. Yeah.
I actually think you would very much enjoy. I think it's very much our type of humor. He's got some very kind of.
Oh no, he did.
There's Key and Peele energy about it. I think there's this one where he's like going to the beach and they're like, "Are you coming?" It's like, "Why would I be coming?" It's like, "Everybody wants you to come." It's like, "Why does everybody want me to come?" It's like kind of like
that
stupid but
like
enjoyable humor.
We would enjoy, yeah. Okay, no, cool. Yeah, I love, like we were saying about Backrooms and Mandalorian and Grogu and all this. I love that the parallel cinema experiences I had beyond the Dr. Pepper Gate or whatever. I might have gotten the Dr. Pepper for
Dr. Pepper Gate,
but I was in the Mandalorian.
Day shall be known as.
In the Mandalorian, it was like basically like a half full, fucking half asleep audience. Like no one gave a shit, whatever. And then in Obsession, people were like laughing and freaking out, and afterwards, everyone was talking about it. I was just like, that's what movies are. Like it just gave me so much more.
That's
faith
exactly
in,
what
like,
it should be.
Yeah. No, I really think this to me is similar vibes to Sinners last year, not in the sense of like the movies are the same, but in the sense that like this is the quality that you should expect at the cinema. This is like a clever, funny, scary, like just well written, passion behind it kind of movie. And like it doesn't have to be like I've seen some complaints that like it's a bit predictable. It's not like the most original. It's kind of a simple premise, whatever. But I think like doing this well with relatively simple premise. And, like, even though it's, like, predictable, like, yes, things are going to go bad, it's a horror movie, whatever, to make it still very interesting, to have interesting themes beneath the surface that are... Mm-hmm. I've had so many interesting conversations with people about... I'm still talking to my girlfriend about it, like, a week later. Like, we're still talking about, like, the different themes and interesting stuff about it. I think it's like, exactly... I can see why it's so successful. It's a very good movie.
It's so good. And as you say, like, there are so many different themes, and there's a lot of different... I've talked to a few different people about it as well. There's a lot of different interpretations of what happens in the movie and what it all means,
Yeah.
Like the deeper kind of like social commentary and or less social commentary, just like, these kind of situations. And yeah, I fully agree that there's you come out of the movie thinking there's still, after the movie's done, there's a lot to unpack, which is awesome. Right. And I was very engaged throughout most of it. There's like the only moment I can really think of that kind of took me out of it was when he wishes for $1 billion and it just starts raining down money. That felt like something from like one of his YouTube skits that,
This is exactly what, it felt like it was like a comedy, like a Smosh skit or something. It was like,
exactly.
Yeah. And then also when spoilers for Obsession, by the way, when he walks in then he's like, I've got $1 billion and gets shot in the head. Like that felt like it was out of like kind of a skit on YouTube, but... That's the consistent. Everyone who I've talked to has said like that's the moment that they like the least. Yeah, which to be fair though, an interesting point that was brought up by my girlfriend is that that does contribute to the theme as well of like it shows that the wishes themselves aren't inherently evil. It's not like an inherent monkey's paw genie thing where there's like a backhanded way. It's because Bear wished for like a thing that affects another person that like takes away their agency. It kind of contributes more to his, his like villainousness in the movie.
Yeah, his villainous arc. No, for sure. And that I agree. And I think that him wishing for something materialistic or, just wealth, I think is a fine thing to do, right? And like the kind of contrast, because I agree that it shouldn't be a thing of like there's a catch every single time you do one of these wishes, but it's just visually.
No, it was a bad moment. I didn't like that moment. No,
is the thing, right? I thought the acting was also phenomenal in the film. I thought the main girl was really, really good. I also thought the guy was acted very well. The friend, what was his name? Is it Ian or something? I don't know. Yeah. Pretty good, I thought. But it was also, that's funny because that is the guy who is in all the YouTube shorts and YouTube videos that Curry Barker has made. Like, that's like his best friend. So he cast him in this, which I also thought was a pretty fun, like kind of wholesome moment. And I think what also probably contributes to my enjoyment of the film, but also something that made it scarier, I think, is that a lot of it is done, minus the money stuff, realistically. Like, I think a lot of the stuff, like the dialogue, you can tell is like there's been put some effort into it to make it seem genuine and realistic. And also like the party scene when they're sitting and like, she freaks out and has the freaking the sad all of that just is it feels how you would actually like talk and how you would actually react in those situations, which I think immerses you in the film more as well.
Yeah, no, I think that was one of my big takeaways, is that this is something I call like 2020's core. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's like, I don't know, Smiling Friends, this show does this a bit, but like even Talk to Me does this a little bit, and there's shows like I Love LA and this kind of stuff, but it's where like characters talk like realistic, like Gen Z characters, and you can just tell there's such a distinct difference between when you can tell it's like a corporate boardroom, like, they would maybe be texting each other and sending an Insta DM, and it's like someone who actually understands how young people interact.
I think they should send Raffle now.
Maybe hop on the Raffle copter, perhaps. But I think the best thing about Indy Neveretti's performance, because she's great at all the horror stuff, of course, but I think the fact that she has one scene, essentially, basically, at the start to establish how she acts when she's not under the spell, and also like to show you can see why this guy likes her. She's very cool and this kind of stuff, but you can also see like the kind of person she doesn't really put up with bullshit. She sort of just asks him flat out, and I think she did such a good job of establishing the character in that scene that then the contrast when she does all the crazy shit worked so effectively. I think the main guy was good as well. Like, everyone was good in it. I think, I don't know. It was just, I agree, it was also a scary movie. I think the first jump scare when they're making out and then she like kind of snaps back.
Dude, I think that's the scariest one of the whole film. Like, that caught me so off guard.
And also, I think it's a scary jump scare, and then also the implication, what it kind of shows about the movie, that like it shows you she's basically in like a Get Out style like sunken place. That was what I was kind of getting out of it. Like the implication, like she's still in there somewhere, and this is like
she's still seeing, like she's kind of like she's just a passenger, like she's not able to do anything, but she's seeing all of it.
Yeah, which was interesting. Which I don't really know, like, was she seeing it, or doesn't matter, but like, because she was confused when she gets out of it sometimes, but then at the party she's like, it's not me, and all this kind of stuff. But I think it's good that it didn't explain it, because when he calls the customer service line, you can hear her screaming, like. It just adds more like mystery to it. You don't want to like have an explanation of like, actually they did this. Exactly. It's a robot or something. Like, you just want it to be this weird, creepy vibe. So
the Weeping Willow Ranch or whatever it was called.
Yeah. I was so good. And it was quite funny as well. I think it also, we'll talk about like the deeper kind of darker themes of it. But I think also just on a surface level, there's lots of easy like. It's like you, like, there's a lot of, you could talk to your girlfriend or boyfriend afterwards, like, oh, it's literally you.
There's literally you, bro.
Yeah, like, exactly. Now when she's standing in the corner, like, crying, like, it's like,
exactly.
But, and I do think also, the themes about relationships and female, like, bodily autonomy and men, like, it has, it was interesting, I hadn't even made this connection, but there's like incel horror. It's kind of like a new genre, because there was Companion, I don't know if you saw that, where it's the robot girlfriend dating Jack Quaid, and she realizes she's a robot, and like,
yeah.
And there was also Don't Worry Darling, which I don't know if you saw, but it's Harry Styles, he has her under mind control, whatever, where it's like like the, I don't know, like the nice guy kind of vibe where, which is then revealed to be more sinister. And I thought it was really well done, where it was like, it wasn't subtle where it's, you know, it's like you didn't catch the deeper meaning of obsession. Like, it's clearly the point of the movie.
Yeah.
But I think it did a good job of sowing those seeds throughout, as you see Bear, like when he, like when she's talking in her sleep and he's like, what would be so bad about dating me?
And he's like, well, what's so wrong about dating me?
And like he wants to change the wish, like he wants to alter the wish. He doesn't want to cancel it. He's like, I just want to change it. And like basically the implication of the whole thing is that if she just wasn't like a horror movie demon, if she just was like kind of a no personality, you know, woman who loves him, then he would be fine with it. I thought that was just really well done to convey that message.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a message that still can be understood and comes across, but it's not something that's shoved down your throat in a non-subtle way.
This is how like movies and themes should be. Like it should, like this is exactly, I know, it's just because I see so much fucking garbage that comes out, but it's like, this is what it should be. Like it shouldn't be, you have to have like a PhD to pick out the theme, but it should also be not like, and then someone tells you how to feel about it at the end. Like
exactly,
the story is meant to convey the idea, and it does it really well.
I fully agree, but it, in a weird way, it just does make Curry Barker seem like a fucking genius for being able to convey this kind of message in the modern day, where it's such like you don't get this very often. Because I agree, this should be just like this is a great movie, but I think this should be, as you say, like kind of the status quo. This is like what you should be aiming for. Yeah. And the fact that he does it, then I think puts him up on this thing. So then, you know, there's this whole talk about this guy and some of the more young directors, like, are these the future, you know, future giants of the industry and everything like that, right? And it's, I don't know if they are. I think they've just done something that's, you know, good and something that should not be expected maybe nowadays, but like something that should be the bar to clear, right? And yeah, so like I think the fact that people are talking about them as if like he's going to be the next, you know, Tarantino and shit like that, I don't see that as a thing. Yeah. But
it'd be weird if someone made like a video and then they put like future GOAT ? And it was like a picture of him next to Obsession. That would be like really weird if someone made like a BHL2 video like that. But no, I totally.
Is that something that BHL2 has done?
It's because it's funny actually. I made a video about like future directors to look out for basically, and then I was like holding off on it for. But
I haven't seen BHL in the last few things.
I totally agree with you though, but it's because I was holding off on this video for like a month. And I was like, because no one, I don't know, this is like a very unclickable video. Like, how do I sell this to people? And then suddenly this thing comes up with Curry Barker and Kane Parsons at the same time. It's like, bang, there's the thumbnail. So it's not about future GOAT. It's more like directors on the rise or whatever. But the thumbnail just says future GOAT ? But I totally agree that, yeah, this isn't like
the GOAT is on the rise.
It's not these. This is again how I felt about Sinners, and I've said this before. Like, I think because movies are so kind of like the quality is lower now. When a movie that's like really good comes out, everyone freaks out. They're like, it's the best movie ever. And it's like, I don't think Sinners or this are like the best movie ever, but they're really, really good movies. And it's like, this is just, so it doesn't blow my mind of like, I think, this is the next Tarantino or Scorsese or whatever. But I think there's a promising future there. And like, this is what we should, this level of quality. And I think also just like culturally, it was just such a great moment that this Star Wars slop bullshit comes out. No one cares. Like, I don't know if it bombed, but it did not do, great. And these two movies from young directors, like original movies, come out and people are taught, and it's like through word of mouth. I didn't even know about Obsession. I like vaguely heard of it, but like I wasn't really gonna see it until I got all this buzz. And like that is like that's what I love about like movies. That's what it should be, man. Exactly. That's great. Like it's part of the cultural conversation. I love that. Like everyone I know has seen Obsession and like is talking about it. Yeah. So
you could say people are obsessed with it.
You could say they were back shots roomsing it. I don't know. Anyway,
you could say they were getting back shots in the back room. I don't know.
You could maybe, but yeah, no. I thought Obsession was great. So thumbs up.
Agreed.
And inspiring is
huge Curry Barker moment.
Aspiring YouTuber to filmmaker pipeline. I'm like, you know what?
True.
Also,
you know what? I'm gonna do
it. With that all said, it's now time for
Cnews.
Now I come to you with very exciting Tom Cnews. Yes, as I said before,
you've said
reporting from the field, Tom Cnews. Me, Tom Cnews.
I'm very excited to see what you're gonna say here because you've led me down a path and I want to see where it leads.
Man, I'm gonna reveal I have in fact seen the Digger trailer. Because, and man, this was actually insane.
Top 1 reveals of all time.
I went Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, as we talked about. We're playing in the cinema for the 40th anniversary of Top Gun. And I was talking to my mom, like, oh, do you want to go see Top Gun? That could be kind of fun. And we were kind of like, oh, should we just see Maverick? Like, that one's better. But we're like, oh, it's the 40th anniversary. Let's see the first Top Gun. That'd be kind of fun. Went to see Top Gun. And we'll talk about the movies, by the way. Hella peak. Top Gun 1 was, like, fire in the cinema. But we walk in there. We're, like, a little bit late. And I just look up on the screen. They're playing a cruise montage. It's like an actual...
A
cruise-tage. And I was like, am I in heaven right now? And then the cruise-tage leads into the Digger teaser. And so you get a little bit of look...
Again. Bar for bar. Horrific sentence.
You get a little glimpse of the Digger teaser. And we get Cruise a little bit in... Like, it's not an explicit cruise shot, but he's sort of like in a wide shot.
It's not the explicit Digger shot?
Yeah, you don't get, like, up close and personal, which I was really hoping for, but we get Cruise, he's, like, doing... It's not Les Grossman, but he's, you know, an exaggerated character. I can't remember what he says, but he's saying, like, you just gotta, like, in business, you just gotta go, bang, 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 and he, like, does, like, finger guns. It's a very nutty Cruise.
Okay.
And it was just funny that I think it said something like, Tom Cruise is Digger, or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, holy fuck, bro. And then when we saw...
he does bang, 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 and then Tom Cruise's Digger, and that's the teaser you get.
There's something along these lines. There's some other shots in there, you know, it looks interesting. But, yeah, no, I don't know if it said in Digger we trust, but I hope it did. I don't remember what the thing said, but...
I don't know if it said in Cruise we Digger, but...
Yeah. And then when we saw Top Gun Maverick, I was like, we gotta be on time for the cruise-tage. So I got to see the whole cruise-tage and the Digger trailer again, so I've seen it twice. It was magical.
And so, yeah, anyway. The cruise-tage, how long is that?
Pretty long, like substantially
it's
long.
It's a 6-hour thing.
It was like notably long. I thought it was kind of funny, but it was low-key kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, I did have like, because I know we make fun of Cruise a lot, and we make, you know, a lot of Cruise jokes. I don't know, I was watching that, I was like, I don't know, bro is kind of goated. I don't know, like he has been in like some
the industry, if you will,
kind of peak stuff, and he's just kind of an icon. Like, I don't know, I feel the same way. I kind of felt this way about Harrison Ford. I can't remember why, but I was watching like some Harrison Ford interview or something. And I'm reading this book as well about the 70s film, whatever. And I know we make jokes at Harrison's expense, namely his age and such. But that's also just
namely
like
his decrepit old age. Yeah.
I don't know, just also like quite a goat. Like just like I don't know.
No, for sure, he's done so much, both on and off screen.
I have a lot of reverence for them, but Cruise Taj was funny, and then also, man, Top Gun Gate. I had a Top Gun Maverick big moment here because
I didn't get my Dr. Pepper again.
Yeah, and that's the last time I will be attending this cinema. No, I saw Top Gun 1, which I remember, and I think I've said on this pod, is mid. I remember it being a mid movie.
That's what you've said, and
seeing in the cinema, shit was fire. That was a great movie.
It's peak. It's good.
It was so good. It was so good. It was such a, like, it was so cool to see in the cinema. Just the action was great, but it was such a vibe too. It was such a fun movie, and like I love the orange hues and like the blue during the love making scene. Like just such a vibey film. I was surprised by how much I liked it. Then I saw Top Gun Maverick, and I have to say, still very good. But I think Top Gun 1 potentially mocks. and I
news just in.
And I wrote this on my letterbox, and I got cooked by the comments.
You know what? I don't know. It's one of those. I think that Top Gun 1 definitely great. It's a classic, but it's still got some cheesy 80s moments. So I think to say that the latest Top Gun is a worse or not as good a film is laughable.
I think it's definitively not as good, but we'll talk because basically my main point is like Top Gun 1 is very cheesy, but it's like it has so much personality, it has so much sauce. Top Gun 2 is a better film, probably like technically and like more sound, whatever, but it is. I'm not saying this is like a terrible thing. It is just objectively like it is more polished. It is not as like it does not. I think the thing people got mad about was that I said Top Gun 1 has more sauce, and I think this is objective fact. I'm sorry. Top Gun 2 has great scenes, and it's fun, and it's charismatic. It's a fun movie, but like any scene that's not the flying scenes, they look like a fucking car commercial. I'm sorry. Every scene Tom Cruise is talking to the woman, it just looks like like a fucking medicine ad. Like I don't know. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm just saying like it is in terms of sauce. Top Gun 1 objectively has more sauce. I'm sorry. Top Gun 2 is more of like a normal movie.
If we're talking purely on the sauce, then I think I can get behind the fact that Top Gun is, dare I say, one of the sauciest movies.
It's very saucy. And Top Gun 2, I know that's part of the fun, that it's like an 80s throwback. It does follow the formula, quite closely. And it's good. By the way, I sound like I don't like Top Gun 2. I liked it a lot. It was really fun. But seeing it back to back with Top Gun 1, the rawness, the energy of Top Gun 1, the sexual energy coming off of that movie. Like,
the blue hues and the lovemaking scene.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I'm sorry, man. The lovemaking scene in Top Gun Maverick, terrible lovemaking scene.
I don't remember the lovemaking scene in Top Gun Maverick.
Exactly, man. So little love was made, man. Anyway.
But whenever I close my eyes at night, all I see are blue hues and Cruise butt. Tom Hughes, if you will.
I'm just saying, man.
Blue hues and Cruise butt.
I'm just saying, I still like Top Gun Maverick, but if you watch them back to back, there is more of like an energy to Top Gun 1, in my opinion. Ooh. Anyway, I'm sorry. People got really mad about that, and they're gonna get mad about this again. I'm sorry. It's just my take. Anyway, that's the ton.
Interesting. I think that the latest Top Gun is probably an objectively better movie, but sauce, I can agree with you. Personality, I can agree with you. There's just an 80s charm that I think is kind of unbeatable. Yeah,
I agree. We move on to announcements and such. First of all, I just want to note, in this picture that I posted for the movie credit thing on Instagram, where I have a little bit, I'm rocking a little bit of the beard, which I was previously.
Yes.
Shelf Enthusiast said, I look a bit like Jack Quaid, which, not gonna lie, I can kind of see, and I think I'll take that. I'll take some Huey Maxing.
I guess I'll accept looking like a pretty handsome guy. So.
Well, I think Jack Quaid is one of those like normal looking movies. He's like the everyman. So if anything, it was kind of an insult. So
if anything, I look like who was it? You looked like, was it Chadwick Boseman?
Yes, someone did once say that. True story, by the way. But
true story. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting, and I'll take the Quaid comparison. I like Jack Quaid, even though the boys.
The Quaid comparison's good. You are just the greatest comparison of you to something in cinema is still Andrew Lincoln in
Love Actually.
What is it? In Love Actually. That is the single greatest visual comparison of you I've ever seen.
No, that's true.
Just whilst we talking beard, what you had a bit of a beard going?
I got the beard going.
Now it's gone. What's the reason?
Didn't want to look like you. You're gross.
Fuck.
That's what you thought. No, I mean, I don't know. I was just kind of doing it because I often try to grow out the beard a bit just to see how far it's getting when I'm not like around people for a bit. So now that I'm away for summer, I'm not. For example, I don't have potentially a girlfriend who would not be crazy about beard experimentation. Although she's very supportive, just to be clear. But it's like a good time to experiment with it, you know?
Yeah. This looks great, honey. Just make sure it's gone when you come back.
Yeah, just make sure I don't have to look at it. No, but she was very
FaceTime declined.
But I don't know. I was like, okay, I can see, I can grow something of facial hair now. Like, that's good to know. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I don't know, that's a little bit... I just kind of wanted a bit of a change up, you know what I mean? Wanted to see my mug. And I was getting a haircut anyway. I was like, gotta do it.
Dare I say, I didn't think it looked bad at all.
That me neither. I thought, it could be a move.
Can I then again say, I do think of all the men I know, I think you rock the clean shave and look some of the best.
Ooh, okay. This feels kind of a backhanded way of saying beard was trash.
Don't go back.
A little bit of a compliment sandwich there. I loved the beard. It was really good. I could say you look really good without it though. Just if you're catching my drift. No, I appreciate
hint here.
But we'll see. Maybe the beard will come back. Well, who knows? We move on to some comments. First of all, ZJ says, given that you didn't speak entirely positive about Scientology, Tom Cruise is now going to appear at the foot of your bed. Low-key...
checks out.
This has happened many times. Low-key funny watching you both eat up your slop with BHL for Doomsday and Freddy for Michael. On another note, Funny Pod like usual had me laughing very hard throughout. Hashtag Lee Cronin's Michael. Hashtag Lee Cronin's Super Mario Galaxy movie. Hashtag Lee Cronin's The Drama. Hashtag Lee Cronin's The Poorly Planned Podcast. Hashtag Lil Bros like their slop. Hashtag Tito Jackson. An emotional roller coaster there.
I didn't think it'd end on a worse hashtag than Lil Bros like their schlop, but I was wrong.
Yeah, no.
Tito Jackson.
Tito came in clutch. I do love that I do mock slop, and I'm like, people will accept anything, and then I'm also like, I love the Doomsday stuff. Give me Doomsday.
Doomsday's so good.
But also, Doomsday's not slop. It'll be peak. Anyway, Josie also noted about Comic-Con, as someone who goes every year, I can confirm that it is very expensive, and you do have to pay for pictures and autographs with celebs. Charlie Cox especially, since I think his is the highest. Like, of anyone in the world? I don't know.
Is Charlie Cox charging hella for something?
Is Charlie Cox charging millions? Great episode as always. Had a lot of fun. Happy May. Thank you, Josie. But yeah, maybe he meant like at this convention where Charlie Cox, because remember someone was saying,
because Charlie Cox, whilst we love him, does not have the sauce on him to outbid like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Also,
Like-
if you hear a child crying in the background, that is not the one trapped in my basement. It's a different one.
I was gonna say, there's no good way to end the sentence if you hear a child crying in the background. Like you in a job interview, you're like, oh, by the way, sorry, if you hear a child crying, it's a. I don't ask about it actually. Don't worry.
Let me just quickly close my door's closed, but let me close my door a second time to see if I can, because it's I don't know if you can hear it.
Oh
but
yeah,
very
I can hear
loud.
it. Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
That'll shut her up.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, give me one
Blood
second.
off my fists.
You just hear baby cry like falling out window. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be gone. I leave out of screen. You see a baby fly out.
Just hear glass break, cat scream in the background.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, Charlie Cox, apparently you do have to pay money to get signatures at Comic-Con, and apparently Charlie Cox, he's up there, man, apparently. At this Comic-Con,
what do we think
in general, I don't know.
What do you think he's charging? Like, okay, what could he possibly be charging?
Billions.
That's acceptable. Okay, that's acceptable.
Yeah, what he's worth? Trillions.
16 newborns.
Yeah, Charlie Cox demands 8 mules for his autograph.
Oh, an autograph that's worth 18 camels. Thank you very much.
I don't know. I would say, like, I have no context for this. I would get, like, if it's really expensive, maybe, like, in the hundreds of dollars or something?
For an autograph for Charlie?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Hey, no way.
Anyway, and a picture, don't
Dude,
forget.
Michael Nathanson slutted himself out on Cameo for like $30. Surely Charlie Cox can't do this.
To be fair, I don't remember how much Michael Nathanson cost, but it sure wasn't that much. But it was affordable. Let's just put it like that.
Again, crazy sentence.
I don't know how much it costs for me to have Michael Nathanson.
Yeah,
in a
clearly
cameo.
Michael Nathanson in your basement.
Cal W says, unfortunately, Tito Jackson probably the only one who didn't have anything to do with the Michael movie, Rip Goat. This is something we discovered after recording the Michael episode. Tito Jackson is in fact deceased. I did not know this when we were recording. I'm sorry. We kept joking.
I'm not, yeah.
Yeah.
We kept joking, but I swear it said produced by Tito.
There was like a lot of the Jackson family lineage in that producer section. But yeah, apparently Tito Jackson is dead. Our bad. And again, I don't know anything. That makes it sound like we killed him. Sorry, no, we did not kill Tito Jackson. But
Tito Jackson's dead. Our bad.
that one's on us. Sorry.
Crazy admission.
Yeah, no. The mystery of Tito's passing finally solved. No. Also,
It was the poorly planned boys.
I also, again, I know nothing about Tito Jackson. I just think the name is hilarious.
The name is hilarious. But again, Rip Goat.
Rip Goat, though, of course. Super Duper Gremlin says, I just watched the Colbert interview with Christopher Nolan. In it, he mentions how Greek mythology and stories like the Odyssey are very influential in Marvel and DC superheroes, and that's why he cast Marvel and DC actors in the Odyssey. I thought it was an interesting counterpoint to your Odyssey cast take. Now, I do think this is interesting. I can see how Nolan, he'd be talking himself around these things. He's like, I cast Travis Scott because rappers are like modern day poets or whatever. But at the same time, I think it all comes down to like, but in the end product, when I'm looking at Tom Holland as Telemachus, it doesn't matter if it's like an epic allegory to superheroes or like the ancient Greek stories, whatever. It's also still Tom Holland. Like,
it's Tom Holland. That's Travis Scott. That's Travis Scott. I'm looking
that's Travis Scott.
And
it's Matt Damon, bro.
Like I think it is.
Also, what superhero movie has Matt Damon been in? The fuck? He was in Thor Ragnarok, actually. What'd you say?
Oh, is that the Martian?
The ultimate hero? The Superman from the modern age?
I think he's just, kind of talking out his ass here, trying to navigate. He would not be saying this shit if there had been no backlash about Travis Scott being in this movie. You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
I don't know. Travis Scott is the ultimate superhero actor. Travis Scott is Batman. And Travis Scott was Batman that one time. Do you remember that? He dressed up as Batman, everyone clowned him, and he deleted the post. It's like the funny image of Travis Scott like, standing as Batman.
yeah.
In a way, he was the ultimate superhero cast. The Nolan's cooking.
In a way, maybe that's what got him this role. That cursed Batman pick.
Connor Beer says, "My bad, Freddy. I did not, in fact, know you had that shit on. I'm sorry, my goat." Not sure what this is in reference to, but
that's all good. That's all good.
Cal W says, "Can't believe BHL almost forgot the Tom Cnews. I'll be alerting Mr. Cruz of your actions." And ZJ says, "Between this between this and Loki dissing Scientology last episode, BHL and Freddy are on the verge of facing Tom Cruise's wrath like those crew members on MI7." We gotta hopefully our Tom Cruise's goated rant earlier, you know.
Exactly. Hopefully the fact that you saw the Tom Cruise montage twice.
Yeah. I demanded we go early
will save us.
So we could catch the whole thing.
I need to see the Digger prequel or the preview.
Yeah, no, that's I don't know. If Tom Cruise yelled at us, I think I'd literally fucking shit myself.
I think I'd just wither away.
Yeah. A&H says, "The way you can see Freddy's face go completely cold as he realizes BHL's absolute blunder. This is when I forgot the Tom Cnews. I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again."
I saw this comment and I went and I laughed so hard when I see, because I genuinely go.
Daniel says, "Another really great and enjoyable episode. Keep up the Christian Grey-esque work." That's horrible. "I could not stop laughing during this whole episode. All the stuff with Christian Grey and Bilbo generally had me dying of laughter. The Versus episodes were well missed, and we definitely need a character we can beat up episode soon. BHL is the king of all freak." Disturbing end there. Like, to be clear, that's a reference to something in the episode. There's a bunch of comments, actually. We'll get to more of these, I think, but where it's like, if you just see these out of context, you're like, what the fuck are they talking about in this podcast?
What's going on?
These are references to the pod. But, we should hit up characters we can beat up episode sometime. Those are classics of the pod. A&H says, "Just curious if either of you have seen the recently released trailer for Leica's upcoming Wildwood." Leica? "It was already my most anticipated film of the year, but this trailer shot up my hype dramatically. It looks so unbelievably good, already the craziest feat of stop-motion animation ever." Have you seen this trailer?
Ooh, I don't think I have seen this trailer.
I have seen it.
It's looking good?
It's looking good. It's the Coraline people, stop-motion, looking pretty peak.
Okay.
Liam Pearson says, "Ben and Fred watch Swept Away." Could kind of go hard. The Madonna Guy Ritchie movie.
That could actually go incredibly hard, yeah.
Josie says, "Probably one of my favorite episodes so far. So many hilarious moments." Thank you, Josie. I think this was the Guy Ritchie ep. Speaking of things that, like, these were references to the pod, just to be clear, Cal W says, "Definitely getting my jollies off to this one." Horrific. Please don't ever comment again, bro.
Sorry, brother, you banned?
Yeah. Again, reference to the pod, but if someone just, like, looked at the comments like, what the fuck? Hold up.
Yeah, it's what the hell is going on?
Average Joe says, "I unironically think Chris Rock could have been pretty good, not even trying to bring up the slap. Norm Macdonald would have also been pretty peak." I think this is a reference to who they should have cast as the genie instead of Will Smith. Chris Rock? Maybe. Better than Jerry Seinfeld, which I think was what we landed on. So
I'm sure I did not agree to Jerry Seinfeld as the genie.
I think we both said.
I'm almost positive that was not a mutual decision.
We think Jerry Seinfeld would have been peak as the genie.
We do not approve this message.
And Average Joe also says, "We still need a whole parking spot video in relation to whose parking spot would you be scared to park in." We'll get there.
True.
We'll get there.
We'll get on that.
We'll think about it. JC says, "Watching this while waiting for my endoscopy," which kind of caught me off guard. An endoscopy is a medical procedure where I think they put like a camera down your throat or whatever to look at your stomach.
Yeah, it's either down the throat or up the ass. It can be both. So
I thought that was a colonoscopy.
I'm not sure.
Or does endoscopy cover? Anyway, sorry, not to get all into this. Not to get all into JC's
I don't know why
business.
I specified this. We should just have gone with the throat. It's also butt.
Yeah. You made it weird.
Bad.
Yeah, we're not trying to embarrass JC on the show.
That's my bad.
But anyway, no, that just caught me off. But I assume, like in the waiting room or something. So hope it all went well. Yeah. Connor Beer says, "The loss of aura when BHL does his baby voice should be studied." I hate to say it, but that's a BHL. I think it's in reference to the when I'm making fun of someone. I'm like, I loved the Star Wars prequels, wah, or something. I think this is what it was referring to. I also think maybe you just can't handle that you are, in fact, the baby in this scenario that I'm portraying. And wah. Okay. You're also the baby. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Joe C says, no lie, I prefer the Star Wars shows over the movies. Empire is my favorite of all time, but the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, all of the Clone Wars, Andor, and Maul are some of the best Star Wars media ever, and I wish they just stick with the shows and leave the movies in the past. Hashtag Boba Fett.
Okay, so good point until the Boba Fett, and then it became a great point.
But I think you were saying that Mandalorian is your favorite piece of Star Wars media.
I think so. It's definitely the Star Wars media I've enjoyed the most. So I haven't seen much of the other stuff, like is it the Clone Wars and stuff that he was talking about? But I've heard really good things, so maybe it could be good to just stick to the shows.
Who knows? Cal W notes that Freddy hating on the visuals in the original trilogy is crazy. Some of the most striking films ever made. I absolutely adore the visuals in the Luke Vader fight scene in Empire Strikes Back. Beautiful movie to look at. I think Cal W is spitting facts here, and I think this is a FDKL.
Good for the time.
Can we get FDKLs going in the comments, please?
You're the cries of a desperate, sad man. Can we get FDKLs in the chat?
Forget about my Top Gun thing, please.
Forget about my baby voice.
But yeah, I agree. I think those are generally visually great movies, and you're dumb. There were also...
For the time.
There were lots of rankings of movies and characters in the comments. A&H, and I think maybe other people, but A&H also recommended Andor once again, and Electivire says, you're absolutely spot on, maybe the best show I've ever watched. If these two don't watch, we riot. So we might have a mutiny on our hands.
Coming out.
But yeah, no, I will get to be fair, right now I'm actually watching the Marvel Disney Plus shows. I'm catching up on those because I maybe I'm making some stuff in the lead up to Doomsday that requires me to watch these shows. So I'm catching up on Loki. I'm watching fucking Secret Invasion, bro. But I think after that, well, I'm on the...
He's a hard worker. And I mean that.
Well, I'm on the Disney Plus train. And or, it may get viewed possibly. We'll get to it at some point probably. Daniel says the fact that BHL calls Revenge of the Sith worse than movies like Rogue One, Solo, The Last Jedi, Return of the Jedi is a big BHL moment. This is the same man that thinks Top Gun
it's been brought back.
has more sauce than Maverick. Revenge of the Sith is more than just nostalgia, little bro, and Freddy has it right. ... King. An amazing episode. Can't wait for next week. I hate this. Can we get more like Freddy hate going, please? This is bullshit.
So again, another beautiful comment that's just established who's right and who's wrong in this relationship.
I resent this. Daniel also says, and I do really like Force Awakens still. In fact, it is the most excited I've ever been for a movie. Back in 2015, I was beyond excited. The most giddy I've been in a cinema. Force Awakens is awesome. I stand by this. Sean Grant says, I'm not sure if you'll remember me, but a few years ago you sent me an amazing happy 18th birthday message, which still blows my mind. Thanks again. Happy that you're back. Was just wanting to let you know an update regarding the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise AI video since you guys covered it. I read in Empire Magazine's latest issue that the video actually wasn't a true AI-generated video, tech analysts soon flagged, despite what was claimed. The videos were said to have been generated from 2 sentences, whereas according to the Empire article, the videos used existing green screen footage from a video by 2 stunt performers demonstrating some AI wizardry. Sure, the technology created a new environment for the battle and overlaid Pitt and Cruise's faces, but it wasn't the dream that the clip initially sold. Thought you guys might like to hear this since you delved into the video before. Well, first of all, I do remember the birthday shout out. Happy birthday again, belated. We'll double down.
Happy all birthdays to everyone.
Yeah, to everyone ever. Kind of makes it less special that we did it for actually. Actually, you got a birthday message? Happy birthday, all listeners, forever.
Oh, you're happy about that birthday message you once got? Rescinded.
Retracted. Have a terrible one. No. No, I remember that. That was very fun. Happy you like that. And yeah, the AI video we covered a while back. So apparently, according to this, not as AI magic as we thought, which I do have to say, I am loving not that this is specifically related, but the general AI, it seems like things are not going so well for, there's a lot of people speaking out against it, people booing, people talking about it, and fuck AI.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
Anyway.
It's
even if it's Cruise.
I think people are slowly coming around on, I feel like a balance is slowly getting found on the public perception and the use of it, I feel.
Yes. But that did look pretty peak. Not look peak, but it looked very, realistic, the Cruise Pit.
That looked really fucking dope.
Actually, I want to see a whole movie of that for real. But that did look really good. So the fact that it wasn't all AI is interesting. That apparently it wasn't all AI. Royce says, "Bro, that Chewie strap-on bit had me crying from the Star Wars pod." Thank you. Shelf Enthusiast bemoans the slop state of Star Wars and also again recommends Andor. We'll get on it, I promise, at some point. I'm sorry. We'll do it.
Yeah.
You are not watching Andor. Your ass is not watching Andor. I will watch
my
it.
ass probably is not watching Andor.
I'll watch it because I'm a better host.
And I'm full of BHLWs.
I have so many BH dubs. Average Joe says, "This is somehow worse than Free Guy Gate," and I think this is in reference to me thinking The Force Awakens was like the best Star Wars movie or something. I don't know. Free Guy, low-key still like a 5 out of 5 movie, kind of like actual cinema.
Free Guy, low-key actual cinema. Top 1 on Letterboxd.
Josie says, "The poster for Big genuinely got me dying for like 5 minutes. Also, I agree, Big is mid as fuck. Hashtag small." I like hashtag small. That's a good diss at Big. Daniel says, "Another really great and enjoyable episode. Keep up the Cat in the Hat-esque work. And fun fact..."
Okay, so an immediate insult.
Yeah, kind of worse than the Christian Grey-esque work thing. And fun fact, I actually had a panic attack while watching Elvis. I was not expecting the absolute bonkers style. Truly such an out there style for a biopic. And a bit of an odd question, but in August, I'll be heading to university to study film, and I was wondering if you guys had any advice. BHL wants that climax. Now, again, horrific addition at the end there. I believe this is in reference to me referencing the movie Climax by Gaspar Noé. But yeah, no, I mean Elvis. I'm sorry that you had a panic attack watching Elvis. That is a pretty fucking crazy movie, to be fair.
Yeah.
I didn't know it could like induce actual panic attacks, but I don't know. It is pretty crazy. And also Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks like that. It's
in that fat suit. That's
enough said.
Horrific. And to study film, any advice? Well, I think I can have any film studying advice, and you have any, general university advice. I would say, in terms of like actual study, just like watch. It's so generic, but like watching a lot of movies is great. You will inevitably for the class, but really getting into it. And I would say, again, this is also just generic college advice, but like do try to make friends in the class, because I think. At the start of college, I did struggle a lot with like being away from home and being in a new place. And, I was quite shy and this kind of stuff. And then when I eventually did kind of hang out more with the people in my film class, I made some of the best friends I have. We had some amazing times. And it was so great to be around people who have the same nerdy interest in film. And it was wonderful. So I would say, even though I know like going to college, it can be difficult to like open up and make friends, I would say it's worth the effort, because especially in a class where you have a similar interest, I say it's worth trying, because you can make some really great friends.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like college has been some of like the best years of my life, right? And that's because you're able to largely put yourself in situations where you're going to find yourself in groups of like-minded individuals, right? Be that through sports, through, studies, movies, hobbies, anything like that, right? And just immersing yourself in that if you fully commit to that, it's definitely, as you say, daunting, but it's going to be some of the best years of your life, I think. So
that's the
full send.
Yeah, there's great educational value and stuff, but I do think like the life experience of college is huge. And I would say again, also don't get like discouraged if it's like hard to make friends. I feel like you can have like this imposter feeling of like everyone else is having so much fun, I'm not having fun. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, just be yourself. Try to talk to people, and even if it's not in the film class, might be in a sport thing or might be something else, but there's fun stuff to do in college. They're usually fun people to meet, and you'll learn some stuff. Good luck. Hope you have fun.
Approved.
JC says, "This is a question for next time you do the announcements and such. BHL, have you seen any of the short films from Kenneth Anger, particularly Fireworks or Scorpio Rising? If not, I highly recommend them, but I bring them up because I would argue those films would fit this pod very well. They all feel like nightmarish fever dreams, but in a way that's cinematically phenomenal. The cinematography, editing, homoeroticism, symbolism, and social commentary is also spectacular." This was for the Cursed Movies pod. This comment was on.
Okay.
I have, in fact, seen Scorpio Rising, and I thought it was very fascinating. I did think it's a very, it's super surreal and dreamlike, with lots of, as he said, homoeroticism and symbolism and stuff. Very interesting. I've not seen Fireworks, but I will check that out, because I do think Scorpio Rising is very interesting. And final comment. Teddy says, in reference to our conversation on how Hollywood needs more real / maybe ugly actors, which we don't say as an insult. We say more as like a thing about movies or something.
Yeah, we don't point out anyone in particular, even though we totally did.
We would never. That would be mean. Zlatko Buric has been popping up in a lot of stuff like Superman and Wonder Man. It's one of the ugliest guys I've seen in a movie in a long time. Real 70s style character actor. He's awesome. Not quite Pesci, though. Now, this is the guy...
Not quite Pesci.
The dictator from Superman and the director from Wonder Man.
Yes.
He do be popping up and stuff. Again, we would never call anyone ugly.
And... Oh. And he do be... low-key hideous. I don't know.
No, he's, a real person looking... yes, he fits the roles that he's given. He's meant to be a bit of an older, decrepit man. He has a 70s movie vibe. I don't know which ways I can say this that are diplomatic.
He fits the moldy turd energy he's given.
Okay. But no, he is a good example, actually. That's a very good example of what we were talking about. Like, we need real looking actors. Although he is kind of also only cast as like kind of decrepit, weird old men characters.
I dare say he doesn't really look that real. He looks kind of...
He does look kind of cartoonishly washed. Yeah.
We don't want to be mean here. Bro looks cartoonishly washed.
It's actually comical how washed he looks. No. But I think, this is a really good point. That's a good example. I think we do want, though, like in mainstream roles, like a Pesh.
Exactly. But ain't no way this guy's the new Pesh.
That obviously...
I swear this guy's older than Pesh.
That goes to Josh Gad, as we established, the new Pesh. Anyway, yes, no one's ugly and we love everyone and whatever. Anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the pod for this week. Boom. Little up-to-date pod. Hope you enjoyed. What did you think of everything we talked about? What are your thoughts on the movies and the news and whatnot? Let us know down below in the comments. And thank you, everyone, for the comments. Always a good time doing the announcements and such. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, leave a 5-star rating, a nice review. You can check out my Instagram and my YouTube, BHL_Hudson. My YouTube channel is BHL Hudson, BHL2. My letterbox, real BHL Hudson. And you can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. We got there in the end.
We took some roads, but it was good. You can also find the pod on Instagram and TikTok at The Poorly Planned Podcast. You can find me on YouTube at FDK Space Gaming. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard. I feel like I'm missing one. And Letterboxd at FDK_Thwilms. Is that it? Is that all I've got? Are those my ats?
Is that how you can reach me?
We'll go with that.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Insert dick.
No. What a horrible end to a terrible pod.